Hello everyone, how are you today? I found this notebook of mine lying in some old boxes when I was getting my room cleaned up. And it's amazing that back in 2012 I had written down some notes for a new book on the afterlife, and I actually refer to it as the Interlife in this book because I think that the term afterlife has a connotation that the physical life that we are living in currently is life, and anything that happens thereafter is afterlife. But I think that that is actually the wrong way of looking at it, because to me life is eternal. I think that physical life that we are living here on planet Earth at the moment is one aspect of life. It is not that life on earth, or rather physical life, is the only form of life, and that after we leave this physical world and we experience life of a different kind, then that is in some form an afterlife. I came up with the term interlife back in 2012 because I feel that it sort of better defines the world after this particular physical world. So it's an interlife of sorts, because it's maybe interlife is also not the right way of putting it, but that's just one idea. Now, I had written some notes in my diary in this book over here, as you can see. Interesting stuff that some of it I've started writing again today. Some I wrote in 2012. The concept that I had written about earlier was that we often think of the soul as something that exists within the body. But I don't think that's the right way of looking at it, because from what I've experienced and some ideas that I got that kind of made sense, is that the soul sort of attaches itself onto the body, onto a particular body. And the moment of death is actually when the soul lets go, releases itself from the body. So it's not that it's in the body and it comes out. It's sort of, it surrounds the body as well as penetrates it. So it sort of animates it, if you want to use that term, animate. Because now if you look at any object or anything that is living, whether a human or an animal, or perhaps even a plant, the moment life leaves that particular body, the actual body starts to look very lifeless. And it becomes very clear that it's just, just sort of an inanimate object. The thing that we call life, the thing that we look at in each other, the thing that we like in each other, or love in each other, or don't love in each other, is what I believe is an aspect of our personality, our consciousness, or our soul. And the moment the soul lets go of a body, that body is no longer has life. So it's sort of like, if you consider the soul like a driver, or let's say if you consider the soul as a deep sea diver or a car driver, either way, the body is like the vehicle, the car. Or it could even be described as sort of like a scuba gear, a scuba suit, an underwater suit. Or you could even think of it as a space suit. It's sort of a suit, or it's a vehicle that the soul needs to inhabit or use while it is exploring life in this frequency of existence, in this dimension. It is nothing more than a vehicle, like a car that you use to get from place to place. And the moment you leave that vehicle, or you exit that scuba gear or that astronaut's gear, that particular thing sort of becomes useless until they have fully automated vehicles, which I don't think is going to be very far now. I believe that Tesla is an automated vehicle. But the moment the driver exits the vehicle, or the diver exits the scuba gear, that suit or that gear or that vehicle is no longer really of any use. It's no longer relevant. The soul, I believe, is our true identity. The spirit world is our true home. That frequency that we exist at in the spirit world is our natural frequency. And while we are living in these physical bodies, just like, when you're in a scuba outfit, your movement is limited, or your senses are sort of confined to what that scuba, glass lets you see and what you can feel, etc. So I feel that our true natural state is the soul, and when we let go or release this physical vehicle, our senses are greatly enhanced. Once we're back in the soul form, we are able to communicate telepathically. Our minds become a lot more powerful than they are currently. We are able to manifest things just simply by thinking of them. And generally, from the accounts that we hear, the place that we go to after this world is a place full of love, full of joy, where there is no form of illness or pain or negativity. And we reflect on the life that we have lived. We remember the experiences we had, and we take those lessons that we have learned and we imbibe them into our spiritual energy, where it stays forever. So as I have spoken to you in other videos before, once again I am telling you now that we have all lost people who we love, but remember that the people that we love are still there. They are in a different form of living. They have shed the physical body, but their soul is still there, and we will all meet again for sure. Thank you.